Well, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta be honest with you. When I saw this headline, when I saw the pictures attached to this headline, I really didn't think this was newsworthy. But then I thought about it. I really deep down thought about it. I'm like, this person who we're about to talk about, this person is the one who tries to convince women that they will be so much happier if they were single. They'll be so much happier if they were cat ladies. And I just can't help but feel unbelievably sad for this person who decided to do a photo op. This is not an actual wedding. This is a photo op of basically them trying to pretend that they're at a wedding. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, for her birthday, she decided that she was going to do a wedding photo op because of reasons.
What's the matter with you?
That's the saddest story I ever heard.
So the headline from Fandom Pulse reads, Gamergate grifter ANITA SARKEESIAN posts bizarre fake wedding pictures as she highlights how sad her life really is. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've spoken about ANITA SARKEESIAN, and obviously her name has popped back up now that Gamergate 2.0 is a thing. And it's funny because, again, this is a person who tried to convince you that everything is racist, everything is sexist, everything is homophobic. There's a video clip, Nerd Wars, if you could throw it up there on the screen for people to understand the reference here.
Everything is sexist, everything is racist, everything is homophobic, and you have to point it all out.
Yes, there is a clip out there of her basically saying that everything is those things. This is a person who on the inside is unbelievably miserable. I mean, to a maximum degree. So much so that she decided to fake a wedding photo op. So let's get into this article, guys, from Fandom Pulse. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. So it says, Gamergate grifter ANITA SARKEESIAN is back in the news, already tied to the recent Sweet Baby Inc. controversies, but she's also in a place where she's showing the end result of feminism, which is what I was saying before. Forever being alone and craving what normal people want out of life. On Instagram, she posted what appeared to be a wedding photo, but with a really sad twist. Now, I said it before earlier in the video, and I'll say it again. Most women, you do what you want. Do what you want. Ultimately, at the end of the day, if you're an adult, you have free reign to live your life the way that you want. But don't try to sit there and convince people that you are so unbelievably happy being alone, that you're so unbelievably happy being a cat lady. Obviously, there's people out there, very few and far between, that are probably truly happy living life that way. But they're usually forced into that life for a certain reason. They're not actually there willingly or by choice. Most people don't want that. A lot of people, human connection is a very big, important thing, and nobody wants to really die alone. So it's one of those things that this person tries to convince others is a normal thing, and tries to convince others that they should encourage that behavior because she herself is doing that behavior and doesn't want to be alone in doing so. It says it's been a couple hard years for ANITA SARKEESIAN, who was forced to shut down her grifting feminist frequency, an organization she claimed is dedicated to anti-sexism in gaming. Last year, ANITA SARKEESIAN announced, with my heart stuffed full of a million different emotions, today I share the news with you that feminist frequency is closing. That was one of the happiest days in gaming, by the way. I remember that. I think I did a video on it as well. That was one of the happiest moments in gaming by far when that company closed down, because honestly, it goes to show they get woke, go broke is an absolute thing. Our staff and board members have done so much to help me prepare to make this announcement today, but it still feels like taking a deep breath and jumping off of a diving board to communicate this message to the countless people who have turned to feminist frequency, supported our work, and boiled me up over the past 14 years. Well, if you really had that much support, ANITA SARKEESIAN, you would not be closing. That's just the simple fact of it. You will not be closing if you actually had that much support, but you don't. It says now it appears something else is closing, which is the biological clock that's ticking and telling her she failed as a woman in getting married and having a child. In a bizarre Instagram post, ANITA SARKEESIAN revealed that for her 41st birthday, she had a wedding-themed party where she pretended to be a bride, making a mockery of her own life in the process. According to her Instagram post, she doesn't seem to be self-aware. ANITA SARKEESIAN said, I did not get married, but I did have a wedding-themed birthday in Stockholm this summer. It was goofy and silly and fun. We had a bachelor party, rehearsal dinner, ceremony, and reception all in one. People dressed up in the best costumes, from brides, divorce lawyer, drunk uncle, and a ring bearer. Massive thanks to everyone who helped me pull it off, which was a lot of people, and everyone who traveled from different continents and countries to party with me. This has got to be probably one of the saddest photos that I've ever seen in my life, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? Listen, I know there's people out there that are going to be like, well, she's an adult. She could do what she wants. I get that. And I'm saying that you're right. She is an adult. She could do what she wants. But I am also an adult and I can say what I want. And this is one of the saddest things that I've ever witnessed in my life. A woman's entire worth is not in the fact of whether or not she gets married or has a child. But I will say this. It's also not in the fact that you are trying to convince everyone that being alone is the happiest thing you've ever done in your life. This photo op is literally just that, a photo op. And I do find it hilarious that she decided that her bouquet should be an LGBTQ rainbow bouquet. I just think that's pretty funny. It's also the central point of the shot. So there's that. But still, you got to look at the subtle things in life, right? And you can tell when someone is so miserable. The most miserable people in life are the ones who are constantly trying to convince everyone else that they're happy. That's just the truth. A lot of feminists do this. A lot of them do this. And then they end up posting videos on TikTok later down the road where they record themselves crying in their car or something along those lines. And usually goes like this. They'll mention their age. They'll mention how successful they are. They'll mention how much money they make. They'll mention everything that they say they bring to the table. And then the final line of that TikTok video will say, why won't nobody date me? Or why am I single at XYZ age? There's a bunch of reasons why, ladies and gentlemen. And I can point to so many that it would fill up an entire another video. But if you guys watch my content, you already know what I'm going to say. So I don't even have to bother. ANITA Sarkeesian is the prime example of what happens when feminism takes over your entire core as a personality, as a person as a whole. It takes over everything and you live and breathe it. You are going to end up alone. You are going to end up faking a wedding for your birthday because that's the only way you're going to get any wedding photos. I mean, my God, this is unbelievably sad. It just really is. It says Twitter and X erupted with laughter at the post, with Sweet Baby Inc. bringing all of the Gamergate glory days back to the forefront and a new perpetual victim grifter in its CEO, Kim Belair. Gamers have been reminded of ANITA Sarkeesian's activities in gaming, which arguably led to the crisis in the industry. If you're ever depressed, remember, ANITA Sarkeesian threw herself a fake wedding to celebrate being single, mentally insane, middle-aged, childless cat lady. Comics journalist Penny Parker posted it. My goodness, man. Also, shout out to Vex Electronica saying, in case you needed your daily dose of cringe. Oh my God. ANITA Sarkeesian threw a wedding-themed party for her 41st birthday. Man, I can't help. Listen, it is funny. It is funny. I am laughing at it, but ultimately it is very sad. It's very sad deep down to see people convince themselves that this is what they want. To convince themselves that this is totally cool because I get to show it on the internet and I'll get a couple of likes and retweets from bot accounts, and those bot accounts are convincing me that this is the right thing to do and I'm okay and I'm normal and all this stuff. No, you are very clearly not. She spent years creating fake problems that could only be solved by corporations giving her money. Now she's broke and marrying herself. I wish I didn't, but I feel bad for ANITA Sarkeesian, the quartering said. That's exactly what I feel. Like, quartering literally mimicked what I was thinking one-to-one. That is 100%. People across the internet laughed at the utter cringe posted by ANITA Sarkeesian as Gamergate 2.0 seems to be coming into full swing. So, ladies and gentlemen, with this photo of ANITA Sarkeesian marrying herself, even though obviously it was her birthday, it's still a photo op at the end of the day. This has brought the entire thing full circle from Gamergate 1 to Gamergate 2, and I'm here for it. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.
Get over it.
Okay.